Hello and welcome. It has been a hot minute. I had a job. I don't have a job anymore, or at least not at this specific moment. There's a new lockdown. I didn't have the time, but long story short, now I do. So I tried to film the process of painting this, and I thought I'd share it with all of you. I paint this elephant on this Khadi paper. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's very nice paper. It's kind of blotchy in an artistically pleasing way. So I tried to paint an elephant on this, and I had so many doubts about this painting. And that's just something I want to talk about because I feel like it is not talked about enough. And it's just how I feel about this. And I've noticed a lot of other artists feel the same about this. So I just thought I would share it and let you know that you're not alone. So I painted this painting. I was so proud of the outcome because it was fun to paint. So when I looked at it, it was fun. It was free. It was loose. And I like the overall painting. I like the color combinations. I like the fact that I only used 3 colors. I was just in love with this painting. I even went so far as to price it 50 euros, which is, like, I will talk about pricing later, but for me, in my head, that was a lot for this size of painting. And because I liked it so much, I didn't feel like I could charge more or something like that. But yeah, okay, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I was so proud. I took pictures and I posted it, and then within 2 hours, I still got less than 10 likes. Nobody commented on anything. And I was doubting myself so much. It was not that it was particularly low for my Instagram count. Because normally I don't get more than 50 likes. Or like between 50 and 100 is a very good post for me. So yeah, it was not that it was going that much slower than normally. But the doubts kicked in that much harder. And especially because there were no comments or anything, and I was so proud of it. So it felt sour, and I removed it from Instagram. And then a few days later, it was Christmas, and we had some family over. My husband's family actually, and I showed them this painting, and they loved it. And they said I should post it, and that it was a shame that I deleted it at first. So I reposted it and I stood my ground. And now I'm actually happy it's on there. It still doesn't have that many likes. And maybe it's the way I take pictures, because I take pictures on my desk. I will show you at the end of the video. And not a scan of the painting, because scans always turn out a little bit weird for me, for the watercolor paintings. So, yeah, maybe it's that my style isn't really the style of my followers. Maybe it's the algorithm, maybe it's 100 other things. It doesn't do as well as I thought it would, but I'm still happy it's out there. And I'm very happy with the painting, and I guess that's what counts. I even turned it into a sticker now. So yeah. Back to the paper for a little bit. I am loving this paper. As you can see, it makes all these weird and unpredictable stains. You can smudge out the paint for a very long time. And you can work precisely on it, but never so precise as you can work on the normal Arches paper. It's very thin paper, this, but it holds up so well. And I will let a link down in the comments on what kind of paper this is. But I'm just in love with this. And I was never one for trying out new things. Like everybody always says, try out new styles, try out this, try out new supplies. And yes, I did try out some new supplies, but not in a way, like I wasn't playing with it or anything. Not in a way that an artist should, maybe. I wasn't being super creative with them. And I realized that that's not necessary. Not at all. This paper was a way for me to try out new things. I developed a new style actually just because of this paper, just because of how this reacts. And I'm very happy with that. It was just a few tweaks in what I already did, and it had such a different outcome, for me at least. And I feel way more confident in this style. So yeah, this was for me a way of trying something new, but completely within my comfort zone. It only cost me a pad of paper, and this isn't even expensive paper, it's just really good paper. I already mentioned it, but it's from the Khadi brand. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but Khadi papers from India. And it has this nice ruffled edges. It is quite thin. It takes watercolor and gouache both fantastically. So yeah, I'm just in love with this. You can see me working on the eye of the elephant here with just a little bit more care. Mostly with this style, I make very specific lines and then I let them dry for 2 or 3 seconds and I just go over it with full confidence with my brush to smudge them out or to create some textures. And with this elephant in particular, I made so many different textures on the skin, and I'm in love with the end product, like I said. Okay, so I promised to talk about pricing art, and I'm no expert in this, so please don't quote me on this. I have no idea on how to price my art. I have no idea what I'm doing. I watched a lot of videos on it and they all say, well, take all the supplies that you used, the cost of that and the hours you put into your work, or charge by square inch or square centimeter of your work. And that all seemed very nice, but it still didn't give me a price exactly because I didn't know how to divide my watercolors into this painting. My watercolors are expensive, but I can make many paintings with it, so you know how much is actually going into this paint and how much is the paper. Yeah, okay, I know that. How much should I charge for myself, because I don't have a large following, I'm not an experienced artist per se, and I'm not that I want to say popular, but people don't know me, so why would they pay for my name on a painting? But what I did find was some helpful advice was, okay, say you would charge 20 euros. Would you let this go? Would you let your creation go for $20? Don't you feel comfortable with that? Okay, then $30. Would you let it go for $30? And then up the price little by little until you feel comfortable letting it go for that price. And never let it go below the price of just Google some artists making the same kind of work. Don't make it that much cheaper, because you don't want to make it a race to the bottom. You're not a machine, you're an artist. People are paying for who you are and what you create, and they shouldn't pay for whatever is the cheapest, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if that makes sense at all, but you just want people to pay for you, and that's a fair price. I have so much trouble with this because so many points in the process I don't feel like I deserve any payment for what I make, because I don't think that I'm a real artist. I don't make money doing what I do. I never showed my work besides Instagram. It's not in any books, not in any galleries. My name is not famous. I have less than, I have maybe 600 followers at the moment, just a bit less than that. And even that feels like a scam, because I started out as a Bookstagram account and I got 400 followers from that, and I built up on top of that. So I still feel like I only have 200 followers. That's okay as well, by the way. But that 400 of them were undeserved. I caught them in this art while they were subscribed to something else. So, mental struggles. But at the end of the day, I have the moments where I can think clearly that what I make is good. It has value. I like it. If I would have this on my walls, I would be very proud of it. And so would anyone else. And I only price my art when I'm in that mindset. and then try to not change it again. So I charged 50 euros for this, which is not that much. Like it's what I normally charge for my art. All my art's between the 30 and 50 euros, with some paintings, like bigger paintings or paintings that took me a really long time, I have them for 100 euros, or one even for 150, because it's just, I wouldn't mind to have it on my wall forever, so I don't mind it that much if it doesn't sell, but that's the price in which I feel comfortable to let it go. 50 euros to me seems like a good price. This is a 15 by 15 centimeter artwork. It's not that big, but as you can see, it's quite a lot of work that goes into it. And yeah, I'm just super proud of all the texture. So yeah, 50 euros seemed like a good, I'm just rambling on, I'm sorry. It seemed like a good price to me. And if you are an artist, or even if you're not, let me know if you think that's a fair price, or how do you charge your paintings? How do you price them? Yeah, so for the last part of this painting, I'm going over it with a white pencil. I have started to use pencils over all my watercolors just to add that little bit of texture, and mostly on this paper because it's so blotchy. I can make really cool and confident pencil strokes. Do you still call it a stroke with a pencil? I don't know. But just to get some more white in, I'm using this pencil. My white pencil always breaks the point. And the other white pencil that I have that you just saw into the screen, that was broken on the inside. Aren't we all? So it's broken, so every time I sharpen the pencil, the point breaks. But for this, I'm just randomly or semi-random to what I feel needs a little bit more highlight. I'm highlighting that. And elephants have these kind of scars, I think that they are, on their head, or at least this elephant had, and most elephants I've seen had that from like abuse from humans, sadly, but also just in the wild where they were treated all well, just from walking into trees or something, or from growing, they had some scars on their head. So I'm trying to create those scars with the white, because those are way wider. And once that is done, then the painting is done. I posted on Instagram, like I said, it's already for sale in my shop, not my Etsy shop, but in my normal website where I sell all the originals, which is www.denisevandille.eu, which I will link down in the description as well. And I have stickers from this, just cheap, cute little stickers for everybody that wants to own something like this but doesn't want to pay full price for the original art piece. And you can find those in that same shop or in my Etsy shop as well, which I will also link down in the description. I just want to mention something a little bit quirky. Like, you all have the favorite thing about a painting, right? And the absolute favorite thing about this painting, for me personally, is that little ear flap that you see on the side, on the right side of the screen. I just love how I made that. It has darks, it has whites, and it has all the points, the little textures. It's such a small part, but I'm just in love with that little ear flap. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Enjoy watching me color this in a little bit more, and enjoy the results. Thank you again. Your support means the world to me, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay, bye.